Hello, once again, here I am the Gunslinger, and I'm going to do another replay, this time of a Zerg versus Protoss, and as you can see in this corner we have the red Zerg Birdkicker, epic name, and in the bottom left we have EG InControl, who also thinks Birdkicker is an epic name. So, this will be an interesting match. I got it off StarCraft 2 Replayed, and let's see what we can learn a bit about the matchup here. This is the third Zerg video that I've posted today, so hopefully this will be the last one for a while, not to favor one race over a particular other. Now let's take a particular note at what InControl is going to do at the start here. It does seem like he's going to place his first pylon right outside his natural expansion. That's indicative of a pretty obvious Forge First Fast Expand. However, this does depend heavily on what he scouts in Birdkicker's main. He is going to send his probe over there, and it seems like he'll be lucky enough to scout it right away. Not so much for Birdkicker. It will be interesting, however, he does see that the probe went right by the drone. Now, he's going to try and scout to see when that spawning pool is going down. Unfortunately, it does not appear that it's up yet. So he's going to go ahead and steal some minerals, do some harassment, see what he wants, just stay in the main as long as possible. Now, Birdkicker does notice this, so he does assume that the Forge First is coming down. This probe does plant that Forge, so that is pretty obvious what his strategy is. Meanwhile, the spawning pool has gone up for Birdkicker, so he is going to attempt to possibly get some quick military units out there, maybe even go into the Speedling expand, depending on whether or not you see his simulators go down. He's going to chase the drone out of his base so that he can eventually put down a cannon. Based on the timing of the spawning pool, you can expect to see a cannon go down right after this forge is in place. We'll see that right now. What is his decision? After trying to deny that expansion, which was somewhat effective at first, so he's actually going to hold back on that cannon. Instead, he's going to drop a cannon and a pylon into this expansion. That's an interesting point of harassment to see what he will do. And he puts another pylon in there to fuel that cannon. Oh, with those drones as well. That is some interesting play. Still nothing going down in his main. 4 Zerglings coming from Birdkicker. But, oh, this cannon's almost complete. This will be really interesting to see what he does. Oh, he cancels all 3 of them. Sacrifices them. And the Zerglings are now out. I wonder if he had that planned the whole time. Oh, well, meanwhile, the extractor is going down, so you're probably going to see a little bit of late gas, but into that Speedling expand into that second base. Meanwhile, a cannon is going to go down in right next to the natural expansion for InControl, so you're going to see that Forge First expansion become underway. However, at this point, with the second expansion going down in just a moment here, once he gets up to 300 minerals, he will go ahead and expand. In the meantime, he does have the extractor. Is he ready for that? No, he is just starting his gas mining, so you can see that Speedling. Ooh, he's actually going to get his expansion before the Speedlings. Now, the Zerglings are doing a nice amount of harassment in this expansion area. The Nexus is down. He does see that, so he knows he can apply a bit of pressure if he so chose to. Now, these Zerglings are going to do some good harassment against, but he is going to send out 6 probes to deal with these Zerglings. Birdkicker is just trying to micro them around as much as possible, just to cause some harassment, slow down the mining, not as much production. A gateway is finally going down for the Zealot to get rid of those Zerglings. The second Queen, since there are now 2 of them, is going to go buy this expansion to go ahead and spit some larvae to get as many units as possible. The speed upgrade is now on the way, so you are going to see some Speedlings out there, and it also seems you may see him even go as far as make a lair in this matchup. Especially with the way it's going, he will basically focus more on gateway units in the early mid portion of the game, seeing as how we're at the 6-minute mark. So let's see, and he does go immediately into a lair. So you can expect to see a possible tech up into Hydras. Hydras are somewhat dealt with easily by Stalkers. However, if he does go for a mass army of Speedlings, as he's showing that he is inclining towards it, that will be huge. He may be able to do some significant damage. But the 3 probes are keeping the Zerglings on the move. 1 assimilator, 2 assimilators. He is going to go for that warp gate and get those Stalkers as sentries in there. and defend against what seems to be some impending Zergling aggression. Let's see, he is going to get that Speedlings upgrade finished, as well as finish his lair at about the same time. Warping in 10 Zerglings, yes, that's what I like to see. That's going to be very good. Continuing to fuel this expansion with more larvae. He's not so much focusing on drones as much. He knows that he will have a huge military advantage. Ooh, one Zergling in the base, trying to hold them back. This Zealot will still not get one. But now 16 Zerglings on the way with a Hydralisk Den, so we will see that Speedling Hydra combo. Oh man, this spells danger. He needs to get more units out. Unfortunately, he has not scouted this at all, I don't believe. Nope, he has only caught that. Now he has seen his base is apparently under attack from the extra Zerglings. Getting through this complete wall off is going to be problematic. He is going to put that pylon up there to possibly scout any overlords working their way through. Eventually, maybe destroying these destructible rocks to get another expansion, as Zerg does have two. Over with this many Zerglings and 6 Hydralisks on the way with the Warp Gate. Oh, unfinished. Spells disaster. He's actually destroying his own cannon, and I don't know why. I really didn't understand what was the purpose of that. But InControl is going to destroy these destructible rocks. However, this push is coming with these Hydras. Oh, with upgrades on the way. Warp Gate isn't finished. 2 Stalkers only. There is not enough. He needed that cannon. That Stalker is not going to live for very long. Will that cannon do enough? He is down to 21 health. Warp Gate not finished. Not being chrono boosted. No units in production. This cybernetic score is going to go down. These Hydras do have that range. Will he be able to move those Zerglings in? He's even going to try and fire on this gateway. This spells trouble. This rush is very effective. With the Zerglings now going to go into the base, and they will surround the Protoss units. There goes... Oh, that is a quick GG by InControl. We don't even get to see the cataclysmic end for that. Well, that just shows how effective if you can get those Hydras out there early with the range against a Forge First Fast Expand. That is very powerful. Very good play. InControl, bad luck. Sorry, man. It was a fun game to watch, so I learned a thing or two. Hopefully you did too. Please feel free to rate, comment, subscribe, favorite, and send it to your friends. In the meantime, I will see you next time with some more awesome StarCraft videos. Later, guys.